Talk and Tuck Show.
Hey, welcome back to Oberlin Weekly and Tuck and Tuck Show. Man, I'm like, I haven't been here in how long? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I've been missing y'all. What y'all been up to, and how's everything doing and going? And
man,
we got new hair.
We done did about 8 shows, man. Where you been at?
I've been working in
Matt had to
Las
fill
Vegas
in. Matt had to fill in.
Matt's puppet had to fill in. We've
puppet.
been having some fun.
I heard he had a big credit score.
Man.
Anyway. I see now.
Right.
Anyway, let's get to the guest today. Man.
We got a very special guest with us today, Dominic Stamper. Dominic is in charge of, well, not in charge of, you coach AAU.
Yes.
And a bunch of other stuff, I guess.
Absolutely.
Huh? From what I heard, you got a whole list of things going on.
Yes.
So give us a rundown on exactly what's going on in your life.
Well, I am the director of my AAU program. It's called Beating the Odds Basketball. I also coach for Akron Infantry. They're out in Akron. They're a top 20 national ranked team as well. We also I coach for Elyria Pioneers, 11U. So very involved in that. And also I used to coach for the Mini Pioneers basketball. I think I might pick that back up. Also, I'm part of another league. It's called Prolific Hoops Winter Wars. We'll be on our 4th season this year. So I'm pretty active in the community with the youth. So
sounds like you're pretty active, period, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like worse than my job, man. All you do is on the basketball court, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what age group are you going with? You said you had to leave tonight because you had a...
That's from my youngest son. It's an 11U group. So right now we're 4-2 in our league. Tonight we play the best team, quote unquote, the best team in the league. So it's our senior night as well. So this will be the last night they're walking on, playing on the field. So they'll get to walk with our parents and do the flowers and the whole nine with the pictures. Okay. We're playing under the lights. So that's pretty cool for the kids and good experience.
Okay.
Now I listened to the podcast that you were on.
Yes.
Previously, and you had a very it's a very interesting story.
Go ahead and fill me in on what's going on.
So long story short, I was in a car accident. I hit a parked car, and the guy that was in the car, I didn't know he was in the car. He was critically injured. A-okay today, though.
Okay.
Thank God for that. But while I was in an accident, I had drugs and guns in the car, so I got caught with those items, and that's when I had to go do a sentence, and I sat down, I came home. So that's long story short.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we really don't have time to get into all that right now, and we want to keep it positive.
Right.
So, but you went through a lot. Now, as you coach kids, do parents ever say they don't want them to be coached by you because of your past experiences?
I have had kids that left my organization because of the decisions I made. Right. But those parents still to this day, we still contact the kids. I still talk to. I go to their events, and if we playing them, it's all love. At the end of the day, I just respect their decision. At the end of the day, they feel they have to do what's best for their child, and who am I to tell them? No, that's not it. So,
exactly. Now, do you ever tell the kids about the stuff that you had to deal with when you?
Well, most of the kids that I'm dealing with now, besides the younger kids, but a lot of them have been with me for years. Okay. So they kind of see me be there at everything and then just be gone. Okay. So they went through it with me as well. I know when I came home, a lot of them was thrilled, excited. It seemed like it was right back to where we left off at. There were some things that we need to pick up on, and it felt like we didn't miss a beat. So they're like my family as well.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. But, I mean, it seemed like you could almost go on a speaking tour on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because you seem like a positive person, and I've seen you around out and about. And if you went out and talked to this, you probably share stuff with your kids while you're coaching them.
Absolutely.
And so when you coach them, you should, do you ever say, don't do this, don't do that? Because you're like a cautionary tale.
Yes. Well, I let them know. I explain to them that, every decision you make has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. So the good decisions you make, the better positive results you get. So the bad decision you make comes with bad. Just as simple as that. Because kids, they think they know it all. We've been there. They never really understand that. Yeah, I was 12 years old. I was 13. It seems like I was that before. I'm 33 today. So yeah. So I just try to explain to them that no matter what happens, that everything has a consequence, good or bad. So make wise decisions. Yeah,
that's cool. Because I see you now. I've seen you out working before, and you're always such a nice person. I never knew who you were.
Right.
And I was like, man, when he told me you were coming on the show, I'm like, that should be interesting. Like I said, I listened to the podcast that you're on, and that was like an hour.
Yeah.
And you went into great detail. So, I mean, it's a very uplifting story if you ever get to some people get to listen to it.
Right.
You got any questions, Morgan?
I love you. And I think you know that. I think the best thing about your story is it is good because everybody knows you as good. I don't think anybody, because we talking about this story and this great adversity you've had to overcome, and I'm just like, that happens with everybody. But knowing that you've been so active and that you've been a great upstating member of our community, even though you're not from Oberlin, is a big deal to me. Like, I've never seen you and you didn't have a smile on your face. You're so uplifting and positive, and that alone is enough for people to want to talk to you and know more about you. So I don't have no questions. I just want to say I love you.
I love you.
Yeah. Let's go to a break. We did our first 8 minutes, so we're going to go into a break.
And then come back with this.
Absolutely.
Prestige Detailing, your premier mobile auto detailing service, bringing the car wash to you. You can have your car detailed right where you are. We service a 50-mile radius of Oberlin, Ohio, ensuring that our exceptional service comes straight to you. Visit our website or give us a call to schedule an appointment today.
Hi, I'm Doobies, and this is Doobies Smoke Shop.
That's what I'm talking about.
Doobies Smoke Shop is located at 25 West College Street in beautiful downtown Oberlin. Doobies has an excellent selection of incense, candles, cones, glass cleaner, and so much more. Stop on by Doobies Smoke Shop located at 25 West College Street today.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show. We're here with Dominique Stamper, and he was here getting ready to start a story before we went on break.
My background is... My past don't define who I am.
Right.
Even at that time.
Well, that's, like you said, that's your past anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Even at that point in time, like, it was more people shocked that I was going to jail than anything. Like, who, this guy? Like, because that's not who I was. That's not who I am today. It was just a thing that I was doing just to provide for these kids, not only my kids, but like I said, having a program takes a lot of money, especially when you don't have no funding backing it.
Right.
You have to come up with a way to support, because I know at the end of the day, if I do something for these kids, maybe they can change the future, so other kids don't go into the situations that they've been into. So I just try to give back like that. So.
Yeah, a lot of kids start following people around and doing the wrong thing.
Absolutely.
So that happens too. Was that part of your thing? Were you like just trying to fit in, or you just?
Oh
just
no,
I was trying to make that money.
Yeah, I was grown at that point in
Okay.
time. Yeah, I'm not trying to fit in anybody at that point in time. No, just like I said, take care of the family. Supports my dreams. Try to push my own dreams, because sometimes the people that you love or you grew up with and your family, they might support you, They might tell you they support you, but actually putting the actions behind the words that's a totally different story. And I always believe like if you want people to believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. So,
Right.
so that's what I did. So that's what I thought I had to do at the time to make my dreams come true.
Okay, all right, yeah, because the way he was talking, man, I was like, okay, I need to know the rest of this story because I don't know where he's going with this.
Yeah, because I know, like I said, I don't always like to bring out those stories because they're not positive.
Right.
But you almost had to have the backstory to go forward.
Right, absolutely. And like I said, it wasn't positive, but at the same time, I saw the positive light in it. Going to prison changed my life mentally. Physically I'm not so worried about, but mentally it changed my life. I had to, really, like, I'm an active father at the end of the day. Like, that's my life. My kids are my life. I got 7 kids and I got 1 on the way. So I'm very involved in their life. So not be able to be there for them physically every day like I was, that was a toll on me and made me have to realize, like, hey, like, I can be taken away at any moment, but it could be death, it could be prison, it could be whatever. But it's tough to explain. But
No, not really. If you got kids,
Yeah, definitely.
you get it.
yeah. So I went through that. Also, I went through just not being able to have freedom like I want, and really appreciate the time that I do have with my family and my loved ones. Then, I didn't experience death. A lot of people died while I was in prison. And it's just like, wow, like that guy was really young, or that guy had a lot going on. Whoever thought this guy would pass this soon and was doing so good. So it just made me realize that I can't take life for granted anymore. So I do appreciate the things that I gained out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just unfortunate you had to go through that to realize what you might end up missing.
Absolutely.
But like I said, when I listened to the whole story about you being transferred and go from here to there, and when you got out, it was very interesting. And because I know some people that have been to prison, and some of the stuff that they tell me is stuff that you never think about.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people that went and they said, for years I just watched a tree grow. Because you weren't in for a long time.
No.
It was like a year.
Yeah.
But I know some people was in there for a longer, and they were like, same tree, turn colors, drop leaves, the same thing over and over.
Right.
And some people said that when they got out, it was weird for the night air just to touch their skin because they hadn't been out in so long. They hadn't been out at night for so long. So it's just psychologically, I know it could be damaging, but luckily you only did. I know I couldn't do a day. For me, I wouldn't want to be in there for one day, but a year is not a long stretch. And you didn't have any prior record.
No, I didn't. No, so that's why when the situation happened, I was praying that I wouldn't have to maybe do some probation. But God sat there and said, like, no, this is what you need. Otherwise, you're not going to learn. And I listened to him and I walked those steps behind it. Like, I went from like going to county. I'd never been jailed more than 3 days, so I had to prepare myself, like, knowing that I'm not going to be able to come out. Like, I went to a blind plea. So when I went to court, I didn't know how much time they was giving. They said between 1 and 5 years. I'm thinking, like what's the point of taking a plea if you can't tell me what I'm going to get? So I went in there, praying for the best, hoping for the best, praying, that
I get it.
happens like that. So, but they gave me a year, and my mom was with me. And that's also another thing, when you go through certain stuff like that, you really see who's really behind you. Right. All the friends that you say that you have, or, the people that say they could care about you, you really see who's there for you when you're in that position. So, I want to thank all the people who were there for me in that time of need. But yeah, I went in there. They said for 1 year, so I was blessed by that. But I had to mentally prepare myself that I'm not coming home. Like, I can't bond out of this situation. Like, that them times are over with. So I went from in the county, and this was mid-COVID, so everything was locked down. So I'm 23-1 in the county. Then I got transferred to CRC, which is in Columbus, and that was 23-1, but it was totally different. Like, You don't have a bunkie. I'm by myself. It's a foreign place. Then like my first night there, like it's by the time I get there, it's like 8:00. So it's dark outside. They feed us, but they was like, "Hey, just to let y'all know, there's like mice that come through." And we was like what? It's like, yeah, mice. When it comes, I guess they're nocturnal. So we were sleeping with mice. Yeah, so they would jump on our beds at night. It was the first week. It was crazy, but after that, it was like, "What's up, Stuart? Like, are you hungry? Yeah, you can have." I didn't finish that. You can go ahead.
Your pet for the night.
Yeah. So it sounds crazy, but it's life, and I dealt with it. And like I said, I became a better person from it.
All right, well, we're gonna go to break, and then we'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to the ARB.
Looking for an excellent restaurant? Then visit the ARB at Tappan Square, located at 19 West College Street in beautiful downtown Oberlin. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go. Visit www.thearboberlin.com to order online. The ARB is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Be sure to visit the ARB at Tappan Square in Oberlin today.
Thanks for coming to the ARB. Come back again. Bye.
Welcome to Johnny's.
Johnny's Carry Out is where you can find an extreme variety of your favorite spirits, wines, and craft beer. Located at 12290 Levitt Road, Oberlin, Ohio at the intersection of Butternut Ridge Road and State Route 58. Whether you are hosting a social get-together, relaxing at home, or entertaining guests, Johnny's Carry Out has the perfect pairing. Come and check out our amazing selection of fine wines, our incredible collection of domestic and craft beers, and awesome assortment of premium spirits. We also have a variety of non-alcoholic selections. Visit Johnny's Carry Out at 12990 Levitt Road in Oberlin, Ohio, today.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show.
All right, we're back. We're back with Dominique. Before we left, you were telling us stories about the mice. That was the last thing you told us.
Right.
So after that, I mean, what happened after that?
So after that, I got transferred to a different prison. Like I said, it was in the middle of COVID, so COVID was actually coming off. So I had more freedom there. I met some guys. One was a couple of guys that transferred from Lorraine, from the county to CRC. We ended up being like a couple beds, bunks down there next to each other. So I got kind of close with them. But at the same time, I had to keep my distance because when you're in the certain stuff in prison, it follows you. Prison's so small, and all you have in there is your name. Like, your word is bond. So if you're around the wrong crowd and doing the wrong things come to you. Like I teach my kids, like, whatever happens, what goes around comes around, basically. So I kind of had to cut ties in there as well. That guy, he ended up getting burnt. Like, they threw like hot grease, butter, oil. Like, they put it in a microwave. So now, he was a dark-skinned guy. Now his face is half pink, his chest. Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It just shows you, prison is nothing to play with.
Right. Now, when you're in there, there's a lot of people that have a lot of talent that are in prison.
Absolutely.
And people don't understand. Everybody just think, well, they did something stupid or committed a crime. Yeah. But hopefully the people that you train and you work with, they can stay out. Because I know you have a lot of talented youth as well. Yeah. But, like, for example, like, what were some people in there what some of the talents that they had?
So, it's crazy that you say that, because I always said, like, man, if you did this on the outside, you'll be rich. Like, but I guess when you don't have nothing but time on your hand with no distractions, your thinking cap
right
in full fledged. But I've seen some crazy artists in there. The way that people chef up food in prison with a microwave, it's crazy. Like, how could you make a pizza, you know. But it's ridiculous. The athletes in there, you know, everybody say all the best athletes are locked up, and like they have a point. Like I saw some guys like, dude, like I done played against some players that was in the NBA, you know, at a point in time.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I see guys, I'm like, damn, like what happened? Like why'd you choose this route? Because I actually have a kid right now that I'm coaching, you know, he's 13, turning 14 years old right now, you know, and he's starting to make a lot of dumb decisions in his life. And you know, I'm on him constantly, like, dude, you know, you don't have to go this route. Like, life is not that hard for you to have to think like this. But it's sad because, you know, I'm not his parent at the end of the day. I can only voice my opinion and try to give him some positive, you know, feedback and let him know that he is loved. Because I feel like a lot of kids do a lot of things because they want attention. It's cool, you know, because they're not getting that attention and love at home. So they try to get it from the streets or, you know, their friends. Or they said, you know, peer pressure is the strongest pressure. So, you know, if they feel like they're cool in front of their friends, like, oh, they can be accepted. And, you know, even though that's not what life is about, but nobody really knows that at 13, 14 years old. So.
Right, the stuff you don't know.
Yeah,
they just think they know.
And I think it's important to be honest with kids about that, because I don't know if y'all know, but statistically speaking, in the United States, 1 in 3 black men are going to spend some time in the prison system. Sharing these stories is important because a lot of people will look at people who've been in those situations like, oh, damn, you got in trouble. What's next? But it can and it does happen to everybody. So more than anything, I do appreciate you coming on here and telling your story, because everybody has a different story and yours is as unique as anybody else's. I think it'll give people who don't know you a lot more insight and compassion for you, because like you said, you are a father, you are a member of the community, you are things that make it relatable, make things relatable to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is somebody's dad. Right. Everybody is somebody's coach. So
now, growing up, did you hoop a lot? Could you play?
Yeah, I hooped. That was like my stress reliever at that time. I didn't know it, but yeah, I had a passion for playing basketball. I always wanted to play basketball. That's the only thing I enjoyed doing as a kid. So I played at Oberlin 07 and 08.
Okay. Who was your coach? Binky?
Nah, Russ was my coach.
Russ?
Yeah, right. I was Russ first or second year. So we was my junior year was the last year of the Indians, and 08 was the first year of the Phoenix.
It's not the Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russ is he's a good coach. He's just a good person.
Yeah,
overall.
absolutely. You know, he taught me a lot. Coach Watson taught me a lot. Rest in peace to him. Coach Brown. You know,
yeah, Tony Brown was there.
Yeah, absolutely. He taught me a lot as well. Miss TB. That was like my first black teachers. Now that I think about it.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy. And you know, I wasn't even gonna come to Oberlin. I was at Leary High for 2 years. I wanted to go to Midview, but my mom told me it wasn't too many of us over there.
Okay, I get it.
And so you know, she was like, "You can go to Oberlin." I never heard of Oberlin a day in my life.
Really? And you grew up in Elyria?
And I grew up in Elyria. Like,
wow, that's crazy.
I knew where Lorraine was, Avon. I did know it was Oberlin. I just didn't know it was Oberlin. You guys used to have like an Ames or something out here. Yeah. So my grandparents, I'm like, man, where's he going? Like, and 15 minutes was far from me as a kid. Like we're going in the country. It's just this one road. To walk in, this big ass horse flies. I'm like, yeah. Get me out of here.
One main street.
Yeah. But I ended up coming here my junior year, and I ended up loving it from here on out. Like, I speak so highly of Oberlin because I think a lot of other cities, surrounding cities, don't understand the jewels and gems that you guys have here and the camaraderie. Like, it's crazy because I ain't never seen nobody, like, I never seen a group of a community besides like LaGrange, you know, they like low-key a cult. But have the love for each other like y'all city does.
Right.
You know, there, you know, we love each other, but certain sides love each other. Like, I guess Oakland's not that big, but
No, it's not.
and it seems like everybody's cousin. Who you really to? So
They are. They're all related.
Quite literally.
yeah. But you know, the love that I receive here, the love that I get here, it's amazing. I love Oakland. So.
All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. So, new sponsors.
Our 5 sponsors. My favorites, in no order in particular: Johnny's Carryout, Prestige Detailing, Oberlin Weekly, and some very special ones: the Arb at Tappan Square and Doobies Smoke Shop. Adios.
This has been another bomb-ass production from Short Walk Studios.